Reiger Park residents on Boksburg's East Rand, or this is in Gauteng's East Rand. They're living in fear following the murder of 6 people in a drive-by shooting. It's believed the suspects traveling in 2 VW Polos opened fire, killing 3 women and 3 men. The National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemula saying a specialized investigating team has been appointed to track down the perpetrators. Let's discuss the state of safety and security in Ekurhuleni, and the public safety MMC there is Sizakele Masuku. Ms. Masuku, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. The acting mayor of Ekurhuleni, Mr. Jongizizwe Dlabati, saying that crime in Reiger Park is quote-unquote uncontrollable. How long has the city known about the state of Reiger Park?
Thank you very much, Polly. Polly, the issue of crime, not only Ekurhuleni or in the province, countrywide, we know how rife crime is. However, law enforcement has never stopped. On daily basis, there are statistics that are shared with the province, with national. That is why you have your national statistics that cascade down to the local government. You would know that work is happening. So crime is everywhere.
Yeah.
And law enforcement is on daily basis.
Yeah. But Reiger Park in particular, you are the MMC of public safety there. Was it always a flashpoint? Was it always an area of concern?
Look, Polly, we have different units in the department who deal with different crimes. And those units, time to time, they work around all the areas that I would say the high rate crime, or whatever the case that may be. Any area that is identified to be a high rate crime area, or if maybe there are whistleblowers that in these areas this thing is happening, there's always law enforcement everywhere in the city, to be frank, when I'm talking about now Ekurhuleni, everywhere. Hence, I'm saying law enforcement is happening every day, not as and when there's a whistleblower or there's somebody who said, I saw something happening there. Every day, law enforcers are on the ground.
Yeah.
So crime is crime, Polly. And unfortunately, crime, you won't get a call that today there's going to be this crime or this syndicate that is happening there. You will never get such a call.
Yeah.
You will never.
MMC, I hear you when you say there's crime everywhere, but it does appear that the crime in Reiger Park is particularly toxic because there is a mix of drug peddling, there is then gangsterism as well. I'm saying this based on what the people that were affected by this weekend's criminal activity there were saying, that there is drugs, and included in there is the issue of gangsterism. Are you aware of this problem? Because if you are, then that calls for special measures.
Thank you, Polly, for that question, because yes, we touched base today earlier on with the acting mayor, Councillor Dlabati, to go to the area. Polly, the issue of crime, it doesn't only need law enforcement, because an area can be popular with whether gangsterism or a lot of drug use or drug operations. If community doesn't come forward and disclose to law enforcers that we know so-and-so is on a maybe operation of drugs, or so-and-so maybe is part of gangsterism or is purporting the matter of gangsterism in the area. It is a difficult situation, but it's a situation that needs everyone. The issue of dealing with drugs, dealing with gangsterism. But hence I'm saying law enforcement is always on the ground, but we plead, I said even earlier today, that we plead with community members because believe you me, Xoli, we live with these people, we eat with these people, they are living in their houses, but it's so difficult for one to come forward and say, my son is one of those who are selling drugs. My son is one who is one of the gangsterism. It's not easy. No one has come to date until now, since Saturday. No one has come forward and say, I know. Everybody doesn't know. And it's highly impossible because as we were doing rounds today, those people are neighbors. For one shooting to happen from these streets and the other streets retaliate to the shooting, you will tell those people are neighbors, they know one another, but no one says, I know who shot my family member or whoever. They are scared because they even went further to say they suspect, actually they never said they suspect, they said they believe they're also members of police, which is SEPs that are seen to be protecting some of the gangsters. So you would never know. If they don't come forward, it's going to be difficult, Polly. But believe you me, law enforcement is really, really doing its best.
Yeah. Are there special measures that you would like to see, special resources that you would like to see deployed in Echoreni? What is the plan in fighting specifically drugs and gangsterism?
Only those types of the pattern of gangsterism, the pattern of drug, it needs a collaborative effort because ourselves alone as EMPDs to say we can win it, it will be a lie. Not that we don't have a capacity, but we need a collaborative effort. Hence, I was saying communities must also assist the departments, the law enforcement, so that they can at least know where they must go to, where they must go and enforce. Because if they are working from the dark, that is why you find that communities will cry and say, yeah, we opened a case, but we can't get the good results. It is because there's still investigation. There will be ongoing investigations because you can't just arrest anyone without all the details that are necessary for you to can convict. So a collaborative effort. Fortunately, in Gauteng, we have signed the MOU with the SEPs and all the law enforcers that we are now working together. Hence, we are having the IGRs every Tuesday, where we talk much about the crime, the bylaws, all the work that should be done by law enforcers. We talk much about them, and the hotspots are identified in those meetings. And we do efforts in many areas where we go and embark as a province. As a IGR, we champion many of the criminal activities there, so to say. Even this one of Reiger Park, hence you're asking, what is it that we think? Unfortunately, the issues of enforcement, you can't divulge everything on media, but the efforts are done, and there are teams that are in place, not only from the EMPD, now at Reiger Park, now and beyond, even after the funerals, there will still be measures in place until we get to the gist of the matter.
MMC of Public Safety in Ekurhuleni, Sizakele Masuku, thank you for your time.